What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I just got done with my long run of the week. It's such a wonderful day. I thought I would do my intro here, even though my hair looks amazing. And if you want to know exactly the details of this run and of my other two runs, just stay tuned. Have fun. We are in week 3, people. The weather was great, motivation was up, and my knees and calves are also doing all right. So let's jump directly into my first run. The weather was simply amazing. People were out on the lake sunbathing, and it was just altogether the perfect day to go for a run. But despite this rush of motivation, I limited myself to a 5K because I was still feeling the run from last week, especially the 10K, and I didn't want to risk an injury. And that 5K, I ran it at a 4:45 speed, so slightly faster than what I ran last week. So after the run, I was feeling quite content because given that I was running a bit faster than last week, I could already see some minor improvements concerning my speed. So the goal that I was setting myself last week, that I should work on my speed, was already showing its effect. On my second run, my body was fully refreshed again from the strains from the second week of running. So I thought I could push myself a bit and test my competitive speed for 5Ks. I want to find out that speed because this data will be really important for my training plan, but more on that in a couple of weeks. In the end, I ran the 5K in just over 20 minutes. So my average speed was around 4 minutes and 10 seconds per kilometer. After the run, my legs felt, to my personal surprise, very tired, and I told myself that I probably pushed too far too soon once again. But luckily that feeling didn't last long. Already in the evening it got better, and the next morning it was all back to normal again. My third and last run was an 8.5K, which I ran at my usual speed, so at a 4:50 speed. Everything was nice and calm. With the feeling from the last run, I didn't want to push myself too much again, so I told myself I should stick to running the long run of the week. At the end of the run, I was really content to see that I was able to hold a pretty steady pace along the entire 8.5 kilometers. So overall, in the 3 runs, I saw that the goals that I set myself for this week of running, I was more or less able to put it into action. But nonetheless, I still see that I pushed myself a bit too much, too soon. I want to reach the next step of my plan or of my goals too quickly. I don't let my body adapt to the new circumstances, to the new strains. So once again, the 3rd time in a row, I have to tell myself for next week that I really focus on not pushing myself too much. Because this entire week, I still feel my calves a bit. It's not painful, it's not soreness, I can just feel them, and usually one should not feel one's calves, I would say, or in this particular way at least. So I do know that I put too much tension on my calves, and I can also feel my knees a bit. So I really want to improve that next week, because this year for the preparation I want to stay injury free, and fingers crossed that that actually will happen. And as I don't want to make this too long, that's already all I wanted to tell you about this week of my training. And so let's jump into the tip I have for you guys for this week. Listen to your body. Now I know this sounds abstract, and it shouldn't be used as an excuse for yourself to be lazy. Pushing yourself to achieve better results is a very essential part of preparing for a marathon or any other type of race. But it means that you should never push further than your body allows you to while still remaining in complete health. I know best from my own experience that once you get sucked into this rush of preparing for a race, you just want to go out there and run 10Ks and 20Ks immediately, like all the videos you see online. But that's just really not how our bodies work. Even though I think this is common knowledge, I still deem it important to repeat it here once again. Because when it comes to improving your own results, rationality is sometimes replaced with overeagerness. But if you don't listen to your body, and if you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, you'll just end up injured, and that's almost 100% certain. Because I have experienced it myself. Last year, I pushed myself way too hard. I was injured for a big part of my preparation, and that just demotivates you more than anything else. So we really want to prevent that. And as a general rule, you should avoid increasing your running distance of your long run from one week to the next by more than 10%. In other words, if your long run of the week is a 10K, the following week your long run shouldn't exceed 11 kilometers. And the week after that, it shouldn't exceed 12 kilometers. I know this sounds like very slow progress, and that's what it is. But hey, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will be your calf muscles. That's the reason why I'm taking 9 months to prepare for the marathon. Last time I tried to squeeze in my preparation into 14 weeks, and I was just feeling sore and hurt all the time. So listen to your body, know your limits, and try to aim at a slow but steady increase of your long run distances. As I said, not more than 10% per week. That's not just my personal opinion, but it's the advice that great runners out there give you when you start off running. And that's already my 3rd week of training. I'm super hyped for next week. My motivation is really up and I hope so is yours. I can see that the goals that I set myself are attainable and I hope that that will continue throughout the next week and the week after that and so on. Now let me know in the comment section how your running is going. If you're preparing for a marathon, for a half marathon, for a short race, or if you're just running for fun. And as a side note for those who are interested, my weight is still exactly now 77 kilos. It hasn't really fluctuated as much as I would think, so it really hasn't gone down. But it also needs to be said that I roughly eat 5 times a day, so that has definitely helped me maintain my weight rather than lose it. Lastly, I just want to say that from now on, I will probably be uploading once a week because right now I'm still in exam period and right afterwards I have to go to the army, so I probably won't be able to put out as much content as I'd like to. But so in order to not only talk about my running weeks, but also give you cooking tips, talk about veganism, talk about workouts, show you workouts, and so on, all the other great things I want to do with this channel, I'm going to do bi-weekly updates and not weekly updates of my running progress, and then in between I will upload another type of video. And if you like this video, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you next time.